Hello everybody, and welcome to the first ever Islanders61 AMA. I've been wanting to do a video like this for a really long time to kind of get you guys into the channel a little bit more. Now that I've been posting consistently for what's almost coming up on a year, I really want to try and expand this community, get you guys to know a little bit more about me. So the last monthly update, the one for April, I offered a poll or a place where you guys could ask questions, so I'm going to go through a couple of those today and answer them. So the first question that I got, which I have seen come up a lot in the comment section of my different videos, is who do you main? So my current main is Cloud. I'll go through my whole story. At the beginning of the game, I played Ice Climbers for the first few weeks. I found them very interesting. I find their mechanic of the two Ice Climbers super interesting and super cool, but as time went on, I realized how extremely difficult they were to play, and I was just not cut out for it. My fingers couldn't move that way. But I ultimately settled on the Cloud in February, I think? February or March of 2019, and I've been playing him ever since. The next question that I got is, who is my favorite Smash character or main, if different? Like I said before, I definitely think my favorite character is the Ice Climbers. I am a Cloud main, but I've always thought the Ice Climbers, those desync combos are really cool. When I first got into Smash, that was some of the first things I saw back in the Brawl days, and I was just amazed by what the people could do with relying on the AI and using it to their advantage. And they just looked really stylish back then, and I was super excited. They were who I wanted to main since day one. And then when I got into it, I realized that the Ices and Ultimate weren't really my style, but I still love watching them. They're still my favorite character overall just because of their cool mechanic. But they're not my favorite to play. Definitely Cloud is my favorite to play. He's my main. But after that, I'd probably have to go with Mac and Hero, who are probably my 2 and 3. The order can be switched between which one's 2 and 3 right now. Next question is, who do you main in every Smash game? So I'll go backwards here. Ultimate is Cloud, like I just said. And then we'll go back to Smash 4, which was a game that I really only got into competitively at the very, very end, only once Ultimate got announced. I wasn't really into competitive Smash before Ultimate, so right when Ultimate was coming out, I really was like, oh, I'm gonna pick a main, I'm gonna try and practice on For Glory a little bit, and Corrin was that main. But I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely a counter spammer back then. I didn't really know how to play the character, but I spammed a lot of counter, and it kind of worked, to be honest. Corrin's counter in Smash 4 was pretty brutal. So that's Smash 4. Brawl, I played Brawl casually as my first ever game back when I was a kid. And back then, from then to now, Ice Climbers have always been the character in Brawl that have stuck with me. That's kind of where I got my love for the Ice Climbers from. But I think that they are probably my Brawl mains. I find chain grabbing and their combos kind of interesting. The handoffs, I don't mind, to be honest. I know I might get a lot of flack for that, but I think that they're cool. I don't like to play Meta Knight whenever I play Brawl. Melee, I just played Melee for the first time about a year ago. I was fooling around with a little bit of Puff, I was trying Yoshi for a little bit, and then ultimately within the last few months, I tried Falco for the first time, and he is so much fun. That down air is just incredibly fun, it's super strong, has super big hitbox, and can be used for combos, can be used for kills, and just that move alone instantly made me pick up Falco as a main. Again, for Smash 64 through Smash 4, all those games I don't really have a solidified main in because I don't really play them that much. But I would say Falco if I ever am going to play someone in a melee match, that's who I'd pick. And then Smash 64 I've only played once before. I'm not really sure who I would play in that game. I played pretty much every single character in that game, and none of them really stuck with me, but I think that's because I only played it once. So that one's up in the air. So when I do end up playing Smash 64 a little bit more, hopefully, that will be the one character I need to figure out who my main is. What character do I think has the most untapped potential? This is going to be the Ice Climbers again. I know I've been talking a lot about the Ice Climbers in this bit, but I really do think that their desyncs just have so much potential compared to the rest of the cast. I know a lot of people are going to say Shulk, and I do agree Shulk has a lot of potential, but I think the Ice Climbers just being able to get one grab and being able to kill just like that, it's immeasurable how crazy that is once people, or if people are even able to master it. One of the most interesting questions I got is who are the top 5 characters in Smash in my humble opinion? And so I'm pretty sure most people are going to agree with the top 3 I have, and then the next 2 isn't really a solidified placement in the scene. So my top 3 in order are Pikachu 1, Joker 2, and then Pyro and Mythra 3. I think these characters are pretty much solidly top 3. I think that's really hard to contest for anybody. And I know a lot of people think Pikachu has dropped off, but I'm a big believer in representation with the character should not correlate to tier lists. So even though there are not that many players playing Pikachu right now, playing Joker right now, a lot more Pyro and Mythras, I don't think that can mean they're instantly put at number 1. So my 4th best character is Rob. He's big, but that just means he has massive moves. He can play as a zoner, he can play as a rushdown. That's why he's just such a good mix-up character. And I think he can just be oppressive in so many different playstyles, and being able to swap back and forth between those at any time, not to mention his recovery being absolutely busted, is another immeasurable skill that Rob has. And finally, I'd like to put Palu as number 5. I think Palutena's neutral is insane. A back throw like that is just crazy. Those Nair combos can get any character from 0 to 60. So I think those are my top 5. I put Pikachu, Joker, Pyro and Mythra, Rob, and then Palutena. Have you ever played in a tournament, and how did it go? So yes, I've actually played in a few tournaments. I first entered a tournament online in March of 2020, and I can remember getting destroyed by a Pac-Man in the first round. I don't remember what happened in losers, but I know I went 0-2. I'd never played a tournament before, but I thought, you know what? We're all in lockdown. I might as well give it a shot. I've been in the competitive scene for a while, never actually gone or played in tournaments, so I might as well give it a shot online. From then on, I decided I really liked the tournament experience and I wanted to get better, so I joined an online weekly tournament series called Earthquake, where I used to play every week for a really long time until I became a TO. And then as for online, once they came back, I decided, you know what? I don't mind joining some of these in-person tournaments. It'll be a fun time. I really am trying to get better, so I went to Glitch 8 and I went to Pound a couple weeks ago, where I went 0-2 and 1-2 respectively, so there's definitely some improvement there. And I'd say other than that, I play in my school's monthly, where I consistently get top 4 or better. And I feel like that's a really great place to really expand my repertoire and character diversity for characters I'm fighting against. If I were a TO, how would I change the rules to make my ideal tournament? As I said, I was a co-TO for Earthquake, so I have tried to answer this question before in my tournament work there, but there are a few things if I was a sole TO that I would do to run a tournament. The first for me is the stage list. I think that is extremely important, and I think I might be in the minority here, but I think stage lists should be pretty plain stages, definitely no hazards on, and there should not be a lot of repeat states. So my ideal list would be Battlefield, FD, Town and City, Smashville, and PS2 as starters, and then just Kalos and Small Battlefield as counter picks. PS2 and Small Battlefield are quite similar, but the blast zones make it a little bit different. The platform heights and the platform lengths definitely spice it up a little bit more than those other two like Northern Cave or Hollow Bastion do with their respective counterparts. Having a friendlies or a warm-up section for when you're not playing for players and people who are either spectating or already out is definitely great. As well as a viewing section, so to give people who are out of the tournament who came something else to do instead of just leave, to keep them in the scene and not just going 0-2 and leaving. I think that's really important. Alright, sticking with the Smash theme, who are your most wanted characters to be added to Smash? I really only try to play games that have Smash characters in them, since I'm trying to spread out my repertoire of games and I think about these games, and they're some of the best games to ever exist, hence their inclusion in Smash. And it really gets me trying the largest span of types of games, because I'd really only played Mario before Smash, and the Mario series. So, my character is coming from a game that already is represented in Smash, but that is going to be Porky from Mother 3. Character of Porky, seeing him both in Mother 3 and in Smash and Subspace Emissary, his appearance there in that spider mech situation was just so cool, and then all the abilities he has in the game would just make him such a cool character to contrast Ness and Lucas in their own rights. And I think that idea of having like a kid in a mech is a really cool idea, especially for Smash. That's something that it hasn't implemented yet. And throwing another heavy and another villain in there would definitely be great. And what I think is the last Smash question, if you had to pick one non-video game character to be added to Smash, who would it be? So in reality, I don't think I'd ever really want this to happen, since I think it would ruin the game and its focus on video game characters. But if I really was forced to pick, I would have to go something based off my namesake of my channel, and go with my favorite NHL player, Matt Martin. He's a little bit obscure, but he plays for the Islanders, my favorite team, and he's my favorite hockey player. So I also think that's a really cool idea for a moveset, having a sports player in, something that we haven't really gotten yet. We have Wii Fit Trainer, but that's a little bit different. I think putting in a hockey player would be a really cool addition to the Smash Bros. Roster, so I'd have to go with my favorite, Matt Martin. What is your favorite game outside of Smash? So this is tough. I've got 3 options that are all pretty high up there, and for different reasons. I would definitely put Mario Odyssey in there. I used to speedrun that game. It was one of my favorite games when it came out. The range of movement is so great. It feels so compact, yet so broad at the same time, whereas if you want to expand every single part of the world, you totally can. But if you just want to finish the game, that is totally doable as well, and I think that's something that's really valuable in games for the casual audience and the audience that wants to really dig deep into the game. I also would put Mario 3D World on there. I played this before Smash Ultimate came out. This is probably my favorite Mario game just based on the game itself, not the speedrun community outside of it. I know this is very controversial, but I really like a linear game as opposed to a Mario 64 where it's just more broad. But being able to tell what to do and go to this goalpost was really something that I liked in Mario 3D World, and I thought just the design was great, the character abilities were amazing, and so I would definitely put that up there. Some of the level designs are just the best in the series. And then my strange pick, which really doesn't align with my interest, but it's one of my favorite games of all time, is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I'm not the type of person that would ever think I would like a game like Xenoblade 2. The whole art style is not really my thing, but you know, I said I'm playing the games that Smash characters in, so when Pyramithra came out, I got myself Xenoblade 2 and gave it a shot, and oh my god, that game is amazing. The story is like nothing else I've ever seen in movies, or in books, or in any other games before. It really makes you feel for the characters, and I think that's something that is definitely not brought up a lot, especially in games from the Smash cast and games that I like to play, so that was really a shock for me. And that game was just absolutely amazing. Zelda or Mario franchise? Like I said before, Mario 100%. And I'm gonna tie this with another question, which is favorite Nintendo franchise. I have to say the Mario franchise. I love Smash as a whole, but I feel like the Mario franchise tops it overall, because I love Smash Ultimate, but the other games, while they're great, I don't have as much of a love for them, whereas all the Mario games I've played pretty much are just outstanding, except Mario 64. I really dislike Mario 64. But I haven't been really a Zelda guy. I played Breath of the Wild. I'm working through Skyward Sword right now. I've dabbled in Ocarina of Time for a little bit. I'm kind of halfway through that game. I've got a lot of games on the repertoire now. But Mario just was the first game I got as a kid. I remember playing Galaxy or Galaxy 2, and then just expanding from there. Next is, what's your favorite game OST? This is going to be split between 2, but really one main one. The Persona 5 soundtrack, Persona 5 Strikers and Royal included. Absolutely outstanding. I'd never heard of Joker or Persona before Smash, and just hearing that soundtrack for the first time, it's just makes you want to like jam out to it. It's such a good soundtrack. But I've also been getting into Xenoblade Chronicle 2 soundtrack recently. It's very calming music, and it's something good to just put in the background if you've got work or editing or script writing to do. So I think those two are definitely up there. Alright, next would be, how did you come up with the idea of making the competitive history in Smash? So this is talking about my character analysis video on the competitive history for each character in Smash, which there will be another installment coming out at the end of this month. But it really started because I'd always been into creating videos, and I wanted to do YouTube for a really long time, but I never found the right niche to jump into. So when I got into Smash and got into more Smash content, I was like, this is just a great place to start. But interestingly, I've seen some people in the comments say, oh, this is a play off False White Gaming's, or when Pro Guides made that series. And interestingly enough, I actually created the script for the first ever Mario competitive analysis way before those videos even came out. That script was created actually back in 2017, and then just updated and updated, and I wasn't sure, I didn't want to film it, I didn't want to make it, I didn't really want to put anything out on the internet, but I bit the bullet and did it, and it's been great ever since. And so it really just came to my mind. I'm not quite sure how it happened, but I was thinking of ideas. How could I start a YouTube channel, start a YouTube career? And and that clicked, and I refined the script for a really long time, and now here we are. The next YouTube-type question is, where did your tag come from? So if this wasn't evident for people, I guess, who aren't in the hockey world, my tag comes from my favorite hockey team, the New York Islanders. I am an absolute diehard fan of that team. Sadly, we did not make the playoffs this year. I could go on forever about reasons why, and maybe I might form that into a video coming up soon, but they are just one of the most passionate things for me. I've watched every single one of their games for the past 8 years. It's just one of my favorite things in the entire world. So it was my tag for when I was a little kid on all sorts of like gaming sites, and then it became my tag when I got into Smash, and you know what? It's got to become my YouTube channel. So it comes from my favorite hockey team. So if any of you guys are looking for a sports team to root for, I would put in a word for the New York Islanders. We're taking it all the way next year. But next is favorite questions. So who is my favorite video game character? I think this would have to be Mario, just for his series. He doesn't really have a personality. I think the games just have so much nostalgia for me, along with the fact that I haven't really played many other story games, that Mario has to take the cake for me. His games are just too great. Favorite movie, anime, TV show, etc. I hate to break it to you guys, but I am not into anime at all. I've never seen one before, don't ever plan on seeing it. I hope that doesn't offend you too much, but basically any Marvel movie is up there for me. I saw Doctor Strange, no spoilers, not too long ago. Outstanding movie, you should go see it if you haven't. And I just think that whole franchise, the MCU, they know how to make movies and how to connect it and how to just give great fan service, so I like that a lot. And the next question is, who is your favorite Smash Pro / YouTube / personality? This is the easiest question probably in the entire list, the 4 underdogs. Easily my favorite Smash personalities and YouTubers overall in its entirety. Little Z, I have been subscribed to him before Smash Ultimate even came out, and he showed me about Hopcat, Poppet, and Director Cogger, and I've been subscribed to all of them, including all of the Underdogs channels for a really long time, watch all of their videos. They're some of my biggest inspirations to do work on this platform, and I really, they've given me so much entertainment over the past few years, and they're just such entertaining guys, and they always look like they're having such a fun time. They're just nice, normal people, so those 4 definitely have to be up there for me. Next would be, who is your favorite pro player to watch? And this is another easy one. This has got to be Waddy for sure. I find his personality outside of the game just so exciting. Watching his channel and his YouTube videos and his streams are just so entertaining. I also really like the way he plays Mewtwo. I don't love Rob, but he makes me like Rob a little bit more just because he's such a great player. His Mewtwo's insane. The way he's been playing Ice Climbers and Dark Samus a little bit more, it's just so funny. He's hilarious. So I always root for him in tournaments. He's my number 1. What is your favorite movie? This has to align with Marvel. I'd say Avengers Endgame or Infinity War is definitely up there. I also have a favorite movie from when I was a kid, The A-Team, which is a movie that actually has gotten terrible reviews. Watching that movie, it was just so cool to me. I know they made a TV show back a while ago about that, which I need to watch one day, but that has always been one of my favorite movies. What is my favorite song / album? So country music is the music I've always loved. It is my favorite type of music. Well, I listen to it anytime I'm listening to music. So my answer is definitely a country song and album. But while there's been some controversy with this this singer lately, I think based on pure songs and music alone, not based on the personality, Dangerous the double album has to be my favorite. The music that Morgan Wallen sings is just so great, and he ties into my favorite country singer, just song-wise at least. And then, therefore, my favorite song is from that album, Somebody's Problem. A really good song. If you want to get into country music, I think that's a great album to listen to, regardless of his personality and all stuff like that. But just based on the soul of music, that really brings out country music, and it just is something you want to jam to. More questions in the Smash category. Who is your favorite Smash character and least favorite, and why? To play in this game, Cloud, 100%. I just find his movement, as I've said, so amazing. And just overall, as I've said before, the Ice Climbers are just my favorite overall. My least favorite character to play in this game, Meta Knight. Even though he has a sword, I feel his moves are too stubby. I just feel his combos they don't click with me. I don't know why, but Meta Knight's always been my least favorite character to play. I don't know, it just doesn't mesh with my hands. And my favorite character, or my least favorite character overall, it's got to be a tie between Rob and Snake. Whether I'm watching them or playing against them, they just don't seem like the best characters. Snake is a lot of camping. He's big and definitely some cool stuff, but I just feel overall he is too much of a zoner for my liking. And Rob, on the other hand, is just so dominant and so powerful and all over the competitive scene nowadays, so he definitely drops on my perspective. Why did you start your YouTube channel? So this one ties back into the question before, where I'd always liked making videos, and I decided I need a YouTube channel. I really want to actually invest time into a YouTube channel for people to enjoy, but just because I like making videos. So I'd started a couple of other channels before this, but this was the big one that actually kicked off. And so I'm super glad it did, because we're forming a great community. One of my favorite questions is, who are you, why are you in my recommended, and why haven't I subbed yet? I'm gonna answer maybe because it's maybe because you like Smash content, and you should subscribe immediately. I think that's a great move for you. Alright, and the final question to round out the video, ninja or pirate? I'm gonna have to go ninja. I'm actually gonna swap it. I had ninja written down, but I'm gonna have to go pirate. They're pretty cool out on the open seas. I love to just be out on the water and on boats all day, so that's something that I'm gonna put up there. Pirate as my answer. So thank you guys so much for listening and submitting questions for this AMA. I hope you guys got to know a little bit more about me. If you want to get a little bit more involved in this community, we've got our Discord channel, which will be in the description. We've got the Twitter, which will also be in the description, which I post just regular updates on, just to know how my life is going. And we've got a video coming out later this month. And then next month, if you saw in the May monthly update, we're gonna have 2 videos, the regular video at the end of the month, and then a more casual playing type video, just to experiment with some new ideas, about the same time in June where this is coming out in May. And so I've got super huge plans for the summer, so I hope you guys stick around and get engaged in the community. Spread this video around and let's grow this channel. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, let's go Islanders.